Hello and welcome along to the Project Cars 2 Virtual Racing League, where today you join us for a one-off special, I guess. It's the sort of truck extravaganza that we're doing. A lot of the drivers have been calling for these F-150 pickup trucks for a while now, because they're a bit of a laugh to drive, and the racing promises to be, quite interesting. Maybe a little bit of chaos thrown in as well, but that's always the case with this league. So extravaganza in the trucks, 6 rounds. And Lytton Hill is up first, so let's see how the drivers get on there. It's quite a driver favourite. Cadwell, Barcelona, Knockhill, also a driver favourite. Oschersleben, and the Mojave Coyote new circuit, which really gave us some good racing in the F-150s when we did this series on the PS4 back in the day. And joining me tonight is co-commentators Ian and Alex, and race 1 gets underway now. It's random grid positions, and it's Alex and Luke McGee leading the way there, just ahead of Scuderia Sam, BTCC Dan and Mr. Oxlong battling away. They really love these trucks. Oh, there's a collision at the back already. It's Free Gazelle and Stuart Davis by the looks of it, and there's a truck going slightly airborne. These things do have quite soft suspension, so they can go airborne quite easy. God knows what's going to happen next though. D-Man we're looking at now, the Irishman, he's up into 3rd now, ahead of Scuderia Sam. He's had a good start. BTCC Dan there in 5th in the flaming car, and I think that car's going to be flaming in other ways as well during the proceedings tonight. And down the inside is a dive, that's Mr. Oxlong going through there on BTCC Dan. I think that was a bit of a shove. A bit of a crash and grab, but he's through, and I think BTCC Dan will be looking to get his own back there. There's Chris Doherty keeping a watching brief, and they're all running really wide over that grass, just about hanging onto it there to complete lap 1. And what do we make of that?
This move by Matt Coxon down his other half of Crash and Bash BTCC Dan, so that was good to see, and I'm sure there'll be lots more of that tonight. So it was a good start though, good first lap as you look at D-Man shaping up on, it's a bit of a shove wide, and Alex was very wide there. He's come back on, but that's quite a physical movement. He's coming back on him now here, so order is restored, but that's just going to rev Alex up for tonight.
It's a good thing they're off-road. There's barging going into the final corner, both sideways, and see Scuderia Sam doing a lot of opposite lock, and they're still rubbing the wheel arches going into the first corner, so it's not going to be the cleanest racing, let's see. There's more contact there, you can tell it's not a normal race night.
Scuderia Sam getting down the inside there as he's muscling D-Man there, as D-Man's got the inside again, but neither of them minded too much there, as they just rocking a hard place, I think.
Yeah, the 2 Irishmen are now last in Scuderia Sam tries to look around the outside of Stu Davis, so that's not going to happen, and Stu back through, looking now at BC Dan in the very flaming vehicle, trying to chase down, who's that up ahead? Oxlong in front of him, so these two go well, but I think BC Dan did PS4, so he'll be used to these trucks, and Stu very sideways.
Yep, very later there with Scuderia Sam coming. He's got a bit of a break on him now, but that's that was very, very, very adventurous as he gets his tail almost coming around the corner there. So Stuart knows as well from the PS4 days as well. So he could be one to watch as we look at Oxlong coming in on Alex C. Dale getting a bit squirrely there, but he's managed to stay up now, and we look at Oxlong and beats Sedan just behind them, but it's a bit of a 3-way scrap at the front here just now.
Yeah, really good scrap, and Chris going slow, so whether something's happened, always waiting for D-Man and Apes to have a little battle. And talking about battles, we got Alex really closing up on Luke McGee. I think Luke McGee won the championship in PS. Look on the inside, gave him a little nudge there, so let him know he's coming through, and that's put Loopy wide. And easily covering, that's going to benefit Oxlong massively as we see Dan go sideways into the bar and he's all over the shop. And Alex down the inside, very clean move there, nothing wrong. And
Oxlong's looking on the inside as well. There, takes the inside and No! That's a bit wrong. They've all gone up there. That's a bit of a retribution move there from Luffy, and rightly deserved on Alex after his.
Where's Beats Nano?
And that's taken Alex out as he comes back on and he's spun out in front of Luffy with that's Stuart Davis is in the lead now. Oh, all kicked off there. I think they just started knocking lumps out of each other, and Stuart Davis as ever just clean and steady through the middle of it all, and that's propelled him and Sam.
You know the scene from Cars, you know, that cartoon where Lightning McQueen comes through all those. Dan goes round now, where he comes through all the carnage. That was Stuart Davis there, who just somehow avoided everyone and got up into the lead. But BTCC Dan looks like he's having a good laugh now in these trucks, and that's what we want to see.
Yeah, classic Stuart Davis MO there, a bit like his IndyCar when he just came through all the carnage, just all the other cars were flying off the road, and he was the only one left on the roads there, so that's the way to do it.
It didn't take long for them all to kick off, but now we've got the new leader with Sam following. This will be quite new to Sam. I don't think he's ever raced these before, and obviously, like you're saying, Stu's vastly more experienced, but they're doing well at the moment. But they'll have to keep an eye on the guys behind. But you never know with these things, and what's just happened. I'm sure more chaos will soon happen.
Yeah, definitely. As we look at Luigi kind of in the distance in the background now, having had a comfortable lead before getting sideswiped by the green machine, so he'll be hoping to recover, get himself and then be back up in the podiums just now. But keep an eye on things as we look at Alex dropped further back now and beat CC Dan just getting sideways as ever.
Is that truck ever facing in a straight line?
It's like.
Certainly not the fire truck.
It's like someone's put, there's a difference.
D-Man?
Yeah, D-Man's using the rallycross. There's a couple of them using the rallycross track. I think they've had enough of the conventional line and they're trying something new. But yeah, it's like someone's put oil on VTC down tyres. The thing's constantly sideways, and the shortcut didn't quite work for D-Man. He just comes out just behind VTC down. Oh, he's around again.
Yeah, you get the choice of loose or stable at the front, but I wonder what the BTCC Dan setting is, because that's like the
he's gone.
That's like the drifting caps you get on the tyres. Just slap them on and just away you go. That's BTCC Dan style.
It's like he doesn't know how to let the throttle off. It just keeps on going. Back to a sort of normal battle. We've got Stuart up front, launching it in. The wheels about to, so the tyres are about to come off those rims. They're going that low, but quite a comfortable lead between these two until they catch someone up, and then we'll have to see what's happening. But yeah, it's quite quiet at the front of the road compared to the midfield.
Yep, that'll be suiting them just now. He's still getting quite leery in the corners, so he's not content to just settle down and knock in the laps. He's still putting on a crowd pleasing performance with Sam and I would say similar to the move that disrupted their lead there, as Oxlong just getting the side swipe from Alex. His truck's looking worse for wear now, and they're could be closing in a bit there on third place, but as we see Luigi there just getting a bit leery as well. He'll be watching out for that green machine coming in his rear after getting the elbows out earlier on in the race.
Yeah, Alex's bump at the front kind of looks like the Canadians from South Park with it flapping about like that. Same with BCC Dan on the front as well. That thing's still going sideways. It's meant to be straight.
It's the leaders.
Yes.
Looks like you got
Stu Davis and Bailey.
So it's safe to say it's
blocking the leaders there. That's down west.
As the graphic said, there was IndyCar rules, no blue flags in this race, and that's allowing Sam to get up into the lead and go around the outside. So a good move, but can't blame Stream. He had to go quite slow just to avoid the wayward BTC Dan.
As he continues, BCC Dan just leveling things up there.
Leveled. I think he floored him more than leveled it. Well, that's loopy for.
Oh, here's trouble.
Oh, make it double with both here.
Here comes Alex. Oh, he's a bit wide there. He's on the grass, and you look at BC's still getting involved in things, and Alex is through. Alex is through to second. That's and Studio Sam kept saying the third ahead of Loopy, but that was an outlandish move there from Alex to get into second as he's going through again. Sure won't be liking that. Sam's just very naughty manoeuvre there from Sam into the tyre barriers, but I think Alex deserved it from his previous set as he walked sideways across the line. Oh. And
well, that certainly closed things up a little bit in the latter stages of that race, didn't it?
He sure did. Just all kicked off there like it did at the start of the race, but so Scooter Sam takes the win there, I think, after it's all settled down, after an interesting defence there into the tyre barrier from Alex.
Still a bit of arguments going on after the finish there. Yeah, confirmation of the result there. 10-minute races they are. Scuderia Sam followed by Alex Udiel, Luke McGee. In fourth is Oxon, Stuart Davis, T-Man, Chris Doughty, and BDC Sedan finishing 8th in the end, even though it looked like he was battling with the leaders there towards the end. I mean, if that's race 1, what's race 2 got in store?
Probably a lot more.
Yeah, Blackmore, where that come from, and then
especially at Cadwell. Yeah, especially at Cadwell. I mean, it's a very undulated circuit, and it's going to throw these trucks off centre and off balance, I think, quite a bit. So the drivers are going to have to be on their A game. And looking now at the starting lights, and Stuart Davis seems to move there even before the lights and cuts across, and already there's carnage even before they've crossed the line. And there's a bit of a gap between the first group of trucks and the second group of trucks heading out into turn 2, and already a lot of action and carnage happening. Cones flying everywhere, trucks spinning everywhere, lots of tyre smoke. BDC Sedan still can't control his rear end coming out of turn 1 there. And he's taken out the red machine of Scuderia Sam now, and that's D-Man, I think, spinning round 2 in 7th place there. Free Gazelle's back in 9th. Chris Doughty and Luke McGee are out in front with Oxlong, Stuart Davis. And then Alex, the green truck man with BDC Sedan taking interesting lines through there, lifting all 4 wheels off the ground as well. Coming around the last corner now is only the short version of this circuit we are using, because we couldn't pay for all the damage to the whole circuit if we were racing there. But coming across the line, Stuart Davis going to have a look now, by the looks of it, on Oxlong. Is he going to send it down the inside? Oxlong leaves the door open. Stuart Davis brakes hard, and they make contact, and Oxlong gets a lovely little cut back there. That was really nice little manoeuvre.
Yeah, it's a bit of a classy racing there, breaking out in amongst the carnage. So that was a nice wee switch back there from Mike Oxlong. But meanwhile, on the other side of the spectrum, you have BDC Sedan and Alex Seidel doing. Well, they were using the rallycross track in the first race. Don't know what they're using this race. This is just making up their own track now. As you see them coming across the grass side of each other, and BCC Dan's truck lady as ever.
Yeah, I think they've just given up on this point and just taken the fastest route. And where's the Stu going? Oh, he's forgot which track he's on. No, he's back there. Oh, that's Oxon and Lumpy hit each other. Proper door banging there. And you see, I'm just. And there's no weight on the back of these, and they're very bouncy as well, so you can easily get them sideways, and that's the line you're meant to be taking. Here's how not to do it. Just straight.
Yeah, Oxlong giving Loopy a good pounding there as he came by. So.
Well, there's a bumper going. I'm surprised not more damage at the moment. Somehow they're surviving. Luckily, it's only visual. I don't think we'd have any runners left if it was more than that. But somehow these two are 5th and 6th in the field of 9. So they close it on now. Here's Alex and Loopy. Bang! There it is. That didn't take long.
Nope, that was all motivated in the Luton Hill incidents thing there. He came out and Scooter Sam recovering into the stationary Alex and Hill. That's not what we would be expecting, but what a barrel roll there. That was 10 out of 10, I think.
pretty spectacular. There's more carnage going on now as well. With, Alex EDL is really getting in the thick of it, isn't he? He's going to earn himself a new nickname at this rate.
Yeah, it's just a menace at this point. Certainly entertaining, but what a shot they took. McGee pinned that perfectly to get the barrel roll, but he's 2 cars at. Oh, he's only just ahead, so he's down getting out of the way, and I think Alex has certainly eyed up his target.
Yeah, sights are set now after that. That was fairly spectacular as well.
Ooh, they found the jump of the track, so that's going to be a new feature.
Yeah, Alex looked like he didn't usually be up there to get it sideways in Airborne, so yes. As Lucky will be looking very anxiously in his mirrors now as the ominous green truck closes in.
Ooh, where's Sam? Oh no, they're gone, and there's another one. It's I think these trucks, safe to say, they're a bit too big for the track, and some of the unsafe return onto the track until you can reset. And very quiet race for this man out in front. I don't think he's got to witness any of the carnage, and he's got a nice little lead at the moment. Yeah, these two are quite nicely ahead. So a bit of a quiet patch on the race at the moment, and until we probably go back to see where Alex and Luke are.
Yeah, so Chris with a healthy lead there over Mike Oxlong seems to really enjoy these trucks, and Stuart Davis gets a lovely little turn. I don't know if he used a handbrake there possibly, a nice little turn around that hairpin. It's very tight for these trucks with such a long wheelbase getting it round there. But he did that quite well, and back at the back now we've got Scuderia Sam and Free Gazelle battling away for 7th and 8th position. Scuderia Sam doesn't seem to like this truck very much at this circuit. It looks like he's got a bit of a handful there of oversteer. But Free Gazelle's going along very steadily as well. And then we've got Luke McGee, whereas he's in 5th now. He's taken the Alex CDL and BTCC Dan routes by the looks of it. It's a wonder that those two aren't further up, to be honest. That line that they're taking, but I guess with all the carnage, and look at that, that would have looked good in slow motion.
Yeah, too much contact with each other, I think, for their own good to be further up the order. But yeah, what might have been for both of them is look at Scuderia Sam just don't know what his plan is now. He just seems to be recovering from earlier incidents, so see how he goes.
Saying that, they're coming up to...
Yeah, getting lapped now.
They're getting lapped. Oh yeah, they're in the background. I thought that was D-Man for a second, but it's the other green machine. There's too many green machines in this one, but it's the bogey green with Chris going into the first corner. I think he does use the handbrake. He's quite keen on the handbrake, but I was a bit close on that one.
Oh yeah, and nearly taken out Mike Oxlong there, who's in 2nd place at the moment and trying to get round. Oh, Scuderia Sam, but they both end up going off. That's going to cost Mike Oxlong quite a lot of time there. and I just realised I said his name.
Yeah, that didn't take you long. Well, Stu in 3rd.
Yeah, Stu's now up to 3rd. I don't know. Yeah, how did he do that? Just quietly going about his business, I guess. But yeah, I haven't seen much of Stu in this one, but he seems to actually not be drifting that thing at all as he tries to catch Mr. Oxlong up ahead.
Just classic Stu, just doing his business and slowly.
Classic BTCC Dan.
Yep. Fan favourite as always.
Yeah, looking back at Mr. Oxlong, actually it didn't cost him too much time lapping those cars there. You know, he's only 1.2 seconds behind, getting some nice air as well over there, so he's getting a good exit that looks fair out of turn 2. Plenty of speed over the brow of the hill, and he's catching Chris through this twisty infield section now. And Chris Dottie's going to have to look in his mirrors quite strongly here because Mr. Oxlong is all over the back of him now, and if he can get a good exit here down the straight, he'll be tucked in behind that slipstream. These things do punch a bit of a hole in the air, don't they? Built like a brick, these things, so he might have a run in into turn 1 here. He's only 7 tenths behind as they head down the start-finish straight, as Stuart Davis now closes in on lapping Free Gazelle.
Yeah, Mike's getting really well. He seems to have gelled with the truck at this track, and he's really pushing Chris to the final moments. And not long left as Stu got to the inside of, I think that's Free Gazelle, as he's exits the. Oh, there's Alex sliding through as well. A bit of a worry for Stu here, especially after the first round. Alex is catching him, and there's a hairpin for one of the last corners, so this could be fun as well. Nice bit of it there.
Yeah, I'll be looking anxiously in his mirrors with how things finished up at Loudon Hills, so we'll see, but could just be far enough away now that as he peers around that with Mike Oxlong getting very, very close.
Oh, Chris mistake!
Front there. Oh, what's Chris? Oh! Mistake from Chris there, and then Mike Oxlong's through. Chris having to do a reverse maneuver, and here comes Stuart Davis, so yeah.
Oh, nice little Scandinavian flick.
Beautifully done there, and he's close enough to Chris. Can he now go and make a move on him? But it's given Mike an unassailable lead at the end there. It's like
it's like
Alex is going to take off then.
It's close, and oh no, here we go. Will you make a dive? Yeah, here he is. It's like a much less there.
And there might be some choice words in the helmet of Stuart Davis after that one, as Alex Diel's taking no prisoners here. Whatever goes, what's the saying? Whatever goes. Is that the saying? Something like that.
You might be calling Alex a helmet completely.
Oh, it's BTCC Dan going the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. There's, I think as you went, there's
what was that? I don't know what's happening just off screen.
One of the trucks that they got abducted, and there's Loopy going flying.
Yeah, all kicked off at the end there.
Certainly did, but Mr. Oxlong takes the win at race 2 here ahead of Chris Doherty after a great little battle in the closing stages. Alex somehow gets back up to 3rd place, just nicking it from Stu in the end there. I think Stu will be out for revenge in the next one. Luke McGee in 5th, D-Man, Scuderia Sam, Free Gazelle, and BTCC Dan once again finished last, but also probably his sponsors were quite happy with the amount of airtime that he got, literally, physically and also metaphorically. But yeah, Barcelona Club coming up next. It's going to be quite an interesting little circuit, this one. Plenty of overtaking opportunities and switchbacks here, which, yeah, who have you got for the race win on this one, guys?
Hard to say, really.
Oh, don't know. BCC Dan sponsors will be happy about the airtime, but they won't be appreciating the repair costs.
Yes, absolutely. And talking of repair costs, it looks like Scuderia Sam's already broken down there on the start line. He's not managed to get away at all. And that's actually the off. Oh, is he spinning? Yes. Oh, he's spun and he's taken up BTCC Dan. I think it's possibly there. Free Gazelle's going round as well. Stuart Davis just ahead of Luke McGee and Oxlong. Luke McGee sticking his nose down the inside, and Oxlong. Oh, and they're both off in the gravel. Oh, that's very Hamilton Rosberg-esque, that was. But slower speed. Oh, but they're both off now and they're still battling away, if you can call it that. Sort of more like bouncing off each other than battling, to be honest. But somehow they're still up there fighting away in 4th and 5th. BTCC Dan, Free Gazelle and Alex CDL and Scuderia Sam round another order now. It's Alex CDL. He's still got his Cadwell mindset on, by the looks of it. His GPS is set up slightly differently, and there's going to be a standstill on the start line. Oh! That truck is not being moved anywhere. There's Chris and who else is involved there?
Chris trying to give a helping hand there, but it's not gone well for him, and Sam's in an even more precarious position.
Yeah, it's Alexi DL now battling away with Oxlong in 5th and 6th position, and Oxlong tries to get around the outside, but Alexi DL's through. Oxlong's looking for the cutback. 3 Gazelle now with Chris Doherty coming through that same corner, having a similar sort of battle. Oxlong now looking for the opportunity, but and talking of opportunities, that's Chris Doherty now through on 3 Gazelle, and Alexi DL still ahead of Oxlong there. Meanwhile, up front is Stuart Davis leading by 2 seconds now from D-Man with McGee and BTC Sedan 3rd and 4th. Is Scuderia Sam still going to be a roadblock? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, still there.
Yep, still.
Speak of that, Alex.
BCC Sedan managed to avoid him there, but some Mike Oxlong around the outside, and Chris going to avoid him this time. As Free Gazelle tries to help him out, but he's still going nowhere.
It's like the weirdest chicane with the smoke screen, and it's quite weird seeing Alex having a proper battle for once with Oxlong. But I think he's just in the way of him at the moment, so Michael definitely want me going further forward.
Yeah, surely won't last with how things pan out later on, but yes, nice and steady just now as he takes an interesting line through there, and then he's off the track. But nice run up there as he comes back on it at the side of Mike Oxlong, so bit of a crowd pleaser there.
Oh, the roadblock's gone. Looks like a load of seagulls just left on the track, and Chris knocking out the way.
It's like the remnants of Sam there.
It's quite a weird little race this. It's, everyone's sort of spaced out after the massive crash, but it looks like D-Man's definitely closing in on Stu as he always hits the barrier there. It's 2 completely different lines, but it seems to be working better for D-Man, and looks like it might be a good battle here for the lead.
Yeah, D-Man's discovering a bit of his IndyCar form here, just nice steady start and just coming into the race so as it develops, and he's right up in the lead here with Stuart Davis and Loopy 4 seconds behind. So yeah, it could be an interesting wee battle here, and with the carnage further back, then maybe it develops as he takes the very wide line there. And here's old crowd favourites BCC Dan and Alex CDL coming along.
Oh, that looks like some bit of good racing in. Stu defending the inside, pushing out wide. Good thing it's off. Oh! Bit of Project Cars physics there, I think. Wheels colliding and off he goes, and that allows Loopy to sneak up the inside. Will he get it going again? No. Oh god, those two are going through. And my Oxlong sneaks his way through, and yeah, that's second to 6th, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's going for the lead there, and it all just all went horribly wrong for him as he dropped it to 6th, but BC Stan getting very squirrely there again, and Mike Oxlong coming alongside him as well. But yeah, that was an incredible going for the lead and dropping 6th. That was a very unfortunate corner for D-Man.
Yeah, but it looks like Luke McGee's actually taking the lead, so he had a great run on Stu, and Stu's dropped down to 2nd, so even though he kept the place from one driver, he's lost it to another.
Yeah, I suppose that's the momentum in these big trucks. Just if you lose that, then think well. But Stuart coming back on him now, but they're just keeping the good gaps now. Still getting quite leery in these trucks, but they're just keeping that gap in front with BCC Dan behind them in 3rd.
Yeah, BC's Dan's going pretty well in this one. He's sort of not been as sideways as before, as you see he's actually getting sort of an apex there, but looks like he's under massive pressure from Mike Oxlong and D-Man in 4th, so good 3-way battle there, and good 2-way battle. That's a very late block, and this is some weight. Oh, there he is. But yeah, some good battles on the go around here. But oh no, saying that there's a D-man flying off again. He's not having the best look around here.
Yeah, but it's kind of sensible at the front, and then further back it's just chaos. So interesting to see how these two battle out. Of course, they both know each other well from the PS4 days. So interesting to see how that battle develops front. To see Alex Sigel getting on the rumble strips again, and closing in on BTC Anders. See Stuart just side by side with Loopy there, trying to make something happen, and then we see Stuart Davis on boards, just trying to get a line on Loopy there, but far enough back. But might have a lunge here if he's too far back, but so thinks better of it, and. But he's still in touching distance. It's still all to play for here.
Talking of the PS4 group, wasn't fuel an issue around this track the last time they did the trucks here?
Yes, it was, and we'd expect with similar race instance could come into ignition today. So that's something to watch as we get into the latter half of the race. With it's maybe why they're not dropping the guys behind. It's still very tight at the front, so fuel conservation could come into it as things go. As we look at Alex Sigel in the background getting a very wide line as he eyes up the leaders.
Yeah, I don't think he got the memo of conserve fuel. I think he's just going for it to see what's happened. The front two definitely seem to have calmed down a bit, especially Stewie's in the 54s whereas Loopy in the 53s compared to some of the others in the 52s, which is a good second faster. Very saying was here from Stu. It's not going to be the fastest line, but it's definitely one of the most spectacular.
Yeah, he definitely likes some of the spectacular lines, but nothing to the Alex Sigel coming along behind him, and he's going hell for leather now. He's not bothering about fuel conservation, that's for sure. He's nearly 2 seconds a lot faster than Stuart Davis, so he'll be looking for a move at the end of the race possibly.
And it's almost like he's hell bent on catching Luke up. It's almost like a 3-part series of revenge for him after that one little incident, Liddon, but definitely catching up. Be interesting to see if he actually can overtake him. Who's that? That's Chris rejoining, it looks like, of the little incident. Close playing freeze also could be a battle there. Ooh, talking about battles.
Yeah, yep, it is the battle for front is Alex. An outrageous overtaking manoeuvre there from Alex Sigel, just making up his own track again as he did so well at Caldwell, and taking a very long line there. Fuel conservation comes into it, you better watch because he's extending the track there as he takes his very wide line around the outside, and it's all very tight at the front, like less than half a second between them now as we look at that. Here we go.
Back in, looks like it's been pushed.
Stuart Davis Gonzalez, just a wee nudge there, and but that's all that is done is to put Stuart Davis at the front and Loopy down at second, and Alex Sigel is and that's under investigation as Stuart Davis just punts Alex wide on the corner there.
How is that under investigation and not everything else?
Good question, but one thing that's not under investigation is that BTC stands now out of fuel, and this is what you're talking about. It's going to come down to it. It's now a race of attrition as well as a race to getting to the line. So this could be where everything all comes to tears and see BTC stands idle car there.
Yeah, it made it. There's a.
Can't agree with that more. That's well deserved there.
At least these stewards are more efficient than the FIA, it seems.
Yes, definitely. And coming to the right decision.
Looks like everyone's struggling, but I think this might be the parade lap at the end as we're waiting for Freezel to come in in 6th place.
Yeah, as they show Alex CDL as the winner. What's going on?
Maybe that's what they mean by got what you just did, you got the win.
Yeah, so after a different sort of race, that one, race of attrition, like you said, Ian, Stuart Davis apparently taking the win there ahead of Luke McGee. Alex CDL got what he deserved with the podium. Mr. Oxlong in 4th, and then D-Man and Free Gazelle, BTC Sedan and Chris with, plenty of non-finishers there. But next up is Knockhill. Now, this is going to be highly entertaining because a lot of the drivers are used to this circuit. They have a bit of a mess around race sometimes with the escorts and whatnot. And, well, I'm pretty sure they're not going to be messing around in this race though, right? This is going to be deadly serious.
Well, in Sam's race, he's sort of got the allergic reaction to safe racing around Knockhill, so we'll have to wait and see. Because looks like the race is about to get underway any second now.
Yeah, hopefully nobody will be driving around the wrong way. Anyway, McGee, predictably the Scotsman on pole in Scotland in the random grid, and off the away they go now. A lot of the drivers there having to start uphill, doing some hill starts in these cars, which can't be ideal. But it's with McGee still leading the way, just ahead of Alex Liel. Oh dear, those two going into turn 1 next to each other. Don't know if they're going to come out next to each other. And team and CC Dan already crowded someone off the track as Chris Doherty and the Irishman. Oh, and the two Irishmen come together, I think, do they? One of them's off anyway. I think it's D-Man who's off there. But they're heading side by side through that quick chicane. Oxlong, I think, is off in the background too. Scuderi Sam's up to 6th ahead of Oxlong, Stuart Davis and Free Gazelle at the back. Oh, BTC Dan, bang! What was that? Coming down the inside of Alex CDL by the looks of it there. So those two once again come into blows. Alex CDL's dropped back now into the clutches of Scuderi Sam, and also D-Man as well is passed by the looks of it. Oxlong and Stuart Davis aren't too far behind as they head to the last corner. Synchronised drifting between Scuderi Sam and Alex CDL. Oh, and Alex CDL gets crowded off into the sand there and making contact with Stuart on the exit.
Stuart Davis as he came along there.
Yeah, just had to. I mean, it was just obligatory at this stage.
At least he didn't put them into the pits this time, so that's one positive. Just fish up.
No, there's plenty of
That's
time.
true. Fish corner.
What bonus points have you do?
That was just me, he took a spinning up for half spin for free because all day. So, big off now for Chris into the sand trap, and that allows BTC Dan second, so Dan going really well.
Yeah, he's one that likes Knockhill, knows it well, and has had a few wins from the Clio days, so he'll be one to watch and be revved up as he gets himself to the front and it's very bit of a naughty manoeuvre there. It's just bumps G White there and takes the lead, so it's not going well there at all for Loopy at the chicane. He's dropped down to 5th or 1st still because of DVCC Dan's dastardly manoeuvre.
And Oxlong as well, hitting McGee in the braking zone there into turn 1. I don't know how they managed to get through that, but BTC Dan leads. It's the first time I think he's led in these trucks. Well, without, being lapped.
Yes, it's first lead of the night for him. He'll be enjoying that. But with D-Man and Chris not far behind, it's another favourite track of theirs. So it could be a very tense one at the front. It says Scuderi Sam closes in as well, and which isn't too far away either.
That's a big typo on the outside. Oh, Chris hit him, he's down, and that's him gone. He's out of the picture.
And there's that moment in the sun gone there.
I think he'll be looking for revenge over that one.
No doubt, especially the upcoming races, and who's that in the background? Who's himself in the background, and this is looks like a fun little group. Stu Davis, BTC Dan and Alex CDL. For some reason, Alex CDL looking around the outside boat. Oh! She just didn't stop.
Stuart resetting after well, one collected one into the first corner, and then at the bottom they were collected the other.
It's like they just gave up and just couldn't be asked to break and just carried on. But it's quite a big little group for the leaders. Scooter Sam looking around the outside, breaks really late, and just hopes for the best. It looks like sometimes, and
Yeah.
oh, there's Oxon getting punted off.
Yeah, Oxlong and Loopy there having a wee moment together as allowed the front three to break away, and Sam's hustling Chris here as looks to get another good result, but in the back range, they're making trying to escape the clutches of Michael Oxlong. So, as we look at Sam coming through the chicane, getting a nice run there, but not quite enough to put move on. But the chicane, the hairpin 60 groups will happen today as they go through Clark and then down the back straight. Sam's lining up nicely here.
Oh, another big dive. Looks like Chris blocks off nicely, but Sam. They didn't do the usual punting everyone off, and who's it? Let's go. How do you join this group? There's looks like Luke Murgy and Oxon battling, but
yeah, that was a rather measured manoeuvre from Sam there, all things considered. But he's dropped back behind Chris on the straight, so look up. As they all straight line through Duffus Dip.
That's a Scottish racing line.
Yes, down the hill. They're almost on the rallycross track there, so it's a bit like the Lydden Hill adventure.
you can't even say they attempted the racing line with that one.
It's always a racing line somewhere.
Yeah, they're in the book, they were in the bin. Oh, another dive here. Will this one work? I think Chris can see it coming the whole time and just prefers that outline to get a better run. It looks like Sam's got a decent run, and so does looks like Luke McGee under pressure from Oxon, but side by side on the home stretch here. Scooter and Sam will have the inside and bet line, but Chris will probably try to sweep around the outside. He does, but that means it goes straight on from the other lines, and that might miff Sam. Oh, the rest of the following doesn't matter.
I think once one does it, they're all following suit. So once one's got a new line, then they're all doing it for good measure. But yeah, Chris got on the outside line there and just carried the momentum through along the straight, and then just down through the new straighter Duffus Dip as they all come down the hill together.
I'm not saying it's usually one person making the new lines up, but it definitely seems to be a theme in these races. Clean overtake coming up? No.
I was about to say that was the cleanest overtake of the night, and Loopy just couldn't have it and had to make the worst out of what was a potentially good situation. But he's compromised himself there with Oxlong coming up the inside.
What is that?
And that's how you get into the lead battle, ladies and gentlemen.
That is I don't think anyone's ever seen a line like that around Knockhill before.
Not without a crash usually.
Yeah, fair play, yeah. Still got all the bodywork on at this stage.
Yeah, it's a rarity for these trucks is see D-Man go through the hairpin, Chris and Scooter Sham as well, and on board now. Must be quite happy to see a clear road ahead.
Yeah, it makes a change given how it all went horribly wrong for D-Man in the last race, but it'll be nice. He's well cleared now, but given the shenanigans behind him, he can lose that in a second. But he seems to be playing it fair at the front with everyone else just.
There's a marked difference, isn't it, in this sort of evening of racing between the front few Howler racing and the rest of the grid. It's like whoever's at the front is suddenly at race.
It's kind of like the rest of them are all on shore leave. It's like just
Keeps it close at the front though.
indeed it does. That's been Alex CDL's motto tonight. It's oh dear, not bogging down a bit there from Luke, and that's make his rear vulnerable to Mick Oxlade.
And it's never good when Scuderia Sam and Chris Doughty go side by side on this straight because they've got history there, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely. There's usually a big shunt, and not at the moment. No, good side by side racing to be fair to him, and here comes Alex, so that's going to go out the window. Yeah, first corner cut. Sideways. It's a second corner cut. Ooh. Somehow I felt that. Oh no, it hit Sam. Sam's something wrong with Sam. Here we go. Oh, not too bad. It's hitting Chris there side by side.
It's the wrong green. It's the wrong green one.
I don't know because he's the guy who's fighting for position. Oh no, he's gone. Big crash there. Scooter Sam's team and goes ahead and wins a quite interesting walkout race. Not from his point of view. He must have been wondering where everyone was as he just galloped away, and his Irish partner Chris taking second and another third for Alex, and he seems to just luck his way into these at this point.
Yeah, consistency and outlandish behaviour seems to be working very well for him.
Yeah, and the post race celebrations are certainly kicking off here at turn 1 of Knockhill. Stuart Davis comes steamrolling in there as well. There's actually more carnage after this race than during it somehow.
That's a tall order, all things considered.
Yeah, BTCC down with his wiggly rear end as well, coming across the line. So it was an Irishman 1-2 in Scotland. Ian, what do you think about that?
Yeah, the Scotsman Lukuchi won't be happy with that, but he was mugged in that one, so he'll have to make do with 6th. And it's a good result for the two Irish boys, and Alex CDL somehow getting his way to the final podium.
Well, we know how. It's not somehow. But yeah, Alex CDL's booked his place on the podium, I think, every single race. Next up is Osher Sleben. We had some good racing here, didn't we? In the Rallycross Lights, wasn't it? The little Fiestas.
Yeah, great circuit, and great for these trucks. So yeah, hopefully more of the same tonight.
At least there's no big hairpin where everyone will just dive bomb. Oh wait, hang on. On the grid, the revs rise. Chris Doughty and McGee starting first and second on the grid, and away they go now. And good start by VTC Sedan. He's up to second. Was he battling away there? Oh no, he's not actually. He's back to ninth. Chris and McGee though battling side by side. Stewart and Scuderia Sam as well. Alex CDL as always in the top 3. Coming down into that hairpin now, and they're all looking for the inside line and make contact with the barriers and each other as well by the looks of it. And lots of squiggly rear ends as they struggle to get the power down coming out of that hairpin. Scuderia Sam still side by side with Stuart Davis now, and already coming through the last couple of corners. Quite a short circuit this is. And Stuart Davis is off. He's gone straight on. I think some Project Cars physics and some contact with Scuderia Sam there, and he's all the way back down now in 8th. He's still ahead of BTC Dan, so I'm not sure what's happened to Dan at the start here, but coming through that fast quick chicane now, and once again back into this hairpin, which is definitely going to be one of the best places to overtake. And talking of which, that's Luke McGee down the inside of Alex CDL, or Alex CDL trying to go around the outside of Luke McGee, maybe more like, and rubbing wheels. RSD man going backwards literally, and he's in 8th now as well. But yeah, this is kicking off here already. Oh no, Alex CDL, he's been taken out by Luke McGee. Maybe some revenge from the Scotsman there.
Yeah, it looked like been coming for the first hairpin, and then the second they kind of collected together again, and then it just got too much. I think they just tangled one too many times as Luke McGee heads off after Sam now. But yeah, it was Oxlade there. Just cut across there. Loopy's managed to get underway, but he's lost out to Oxlon there after a very lady manoeuvre into the hairpin there. But it's worked out for him, and now Loopy's not attacked as Alex is just hovering in the background.
Alex has got a strategy here. I feel some sort of motive going on. What do you think, Alex?
I'd say he's picking on the wrong blue card. I think he's realised that now and gone ahead. And we haven't really talked much about Freezel, but he's going well in 5th place here. I think we see the possible target for the green John Deere truck on a battle with Oxlon. Sure, we probably suspect there's going to be some retribution, but nice little flick there into the final corner. That looked pretty tidy.
Yeah, ominous signs from Alex Adele there, but yeah, a nice wee manoeuvre as you see Stuart Davis getting stuck into another blue truck, and Freezel just trying to fend him off into the chicane, but this will be very tricky here as he's down the inside, he's got the line, and he's just coming through whatever, so. And D-Man takes the opportunity there just to wrestle the position off him, but it's an interesting manoeuvre there.
I don't think that's the most American truck, whether it's Freezel with the actual American flags, the Hot Wheels truck of BC Dan, or the John Deere truck of Alex, who's I think he's found his target.
Yeah, and getting off into the field. A little bit of a connection, but they're both still underway. But Alex, despite being in 8th place, is only bothered about one thing now. as he hovers around in the background for the moment. But yeah, looking at you won't be liking the sight of that in his mirrors.
Yeah, it looks like he's just going to try and make Luke McGee feel the most uneasy person in the world just by following around in his mirrors there for the entire race. Maybe a little bump here and there as well. Back up with the leaders where the sensible racing is happening, as seems to be the case in this series, is Scuderia Sam and Chris Doherty battling away there. Chris will probably want this win after losing a couple already in this evening of racing. Luke McGee in 5th though. Where's Alex gone? What's happened to Alex? Oh, he's up ahead now. So something's happened to Luke McGee. He's down in 5th.
I think that's something that's called Alex EDL.
Yeah, it just maybe just saw him coming, thought let him on his way since he's on a different planet to him at the moment. So he just as he's getting mind you, Loopy's not needing much help there to make a meal of that one, but yeah, just quite happy to have Alex ahead. Maybe he's sitting back in 5th just now.
It's an interesting line there from.
Yeah, and the drivers are gonna have to be careful with fuel here as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of those where you start with just enough, but with all the lady driving it, it'll soon it'll run out quickly. So yeah, they need to be mindful of that as well.
So yeah.
Oh, it's Luke McGee goes spinning in the background there, and he's taking Stu with him almost there. Stu's just about got through.
The old rivalry from
that was
PS4, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit of an old PS4 rivalry, and a bit of a clumsy one there from Loopy, but he's managed to get himself back underway. But dropping back 6s, he's coming down the inside. There's an opportunity there, and there's Alex waiting ominously as he cuts across in front of the blue truck there.
Oh, good Douglas. Bit of a handbrake? No.
Started off as a good manoeuvre and then ended up a bit clumsy, but they're still there. And Loopy will just wonder where the hell this green truck is as it goes round.
Looks like he's looking left and right.
I say Loopy's got some good car control there from Loopy and sort of fast stuff, the switchbacks.
Yeah, especially something that that big and heavy. Yeah, it's really impressive with the little flick must be helping him into the corner. No one else seems to be doing it, as we see. Corner 1, it looks like. Yeah, corner 1 is Stewart under loads of pressure now from the blue trucker from G, and I don't know if that was a bump and run, but it certainly was a good enough move to get into, what's that, 5th place. So we see Scuderia Sam now hustling away, trying to get 1st place off Chris in first. Ooh, big dive, very big dive. Oh no, disaster.
That's one way to do it.
I think that.
Chris will be like, what the was that?
Oh dear. Yeah, Chris is still on his side as well. I think despite trying to get some help, he's wedged up against the. What is it? That's Alex trying to take out Luffy McGee as well.
It's like a knockout blow in one manoeuvre there.
Yeah.
I guess it's an efficient way to get the lead in a nice gap to second, but where's that come from? But that promotes Oxlon, who we haven't really seen up in second, and then these two up to 4th and 5th, but keep an eye on that rearview mirror.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh.
Now Loopy's at the side of Chris as he escapes another Alex onslaught.
Saying that, where is he? Still 5th at the moment, taking a little shortcut there. After one.
Yeah, I forgot where the track was there, but.
I have to wonder with how hard Sam's pushing, will he have fuel towards the end?
That's the big question for all of them, is like with all their adventurous driving, just how much fuel have they got, because they've got just enough for the 10 minutes, and they need to be mindful of that as they go along. And Sam will maybe be starting to think about that too late, depending on how things go in that set. Is that one already out of fuel? And Free Gazelle. So he just stops and tracks there, but we're getting to that point where it could be something to consider.
Well, it looks like Sam's struggling because Mike Oxon's really caught up, right on his tail now. And is this Sam grinding to a halt? It's certainly close, and Mike is all over the back of him. Oh.
Alex CDL turns into international rescue now in the big green machine.
Well, he'll have plenty of fuel left over from all the shock.
Yeah, but Sam won't. He's grinding to a halt.
Oh, yeah, he's out. Another one out. D-Man's out. Free Gazelle, Scuderia Sam. Who else isn't going to make it? Coasting as well. He's going to try and roll his way over to the finish if he can. So yeah, it's a bit like a Barcelona situation going on again here. And there's another one stopped. Who was that?
It looks like.
Was that Chris?
Yeah, it looks like Chris has stopped. That's Oxon for a good win. He bashes Freeze that way. The big question is, will D-Man finish? It's going to be close. And I think after Griggs conked out in their fuel.
More than half. It's like there's only about three. Looks like there's 3 still running. So is it Stuart Davis? Has he got enough to make it over the line? Coming around, you can hear somebody revving it in the background. But
I think that might be.
That'll be Alex.
That'll be Alex.
Yeah, international rescue.
Yeah.
And there he is trying to. There he is trying to get.
Stu hasn't crossed the line though. Has he got enough fuel?
And here's Luffy G crawling his way to the end here. He's going to have just enough, but yeah, it's a bit of a snail's ending to a fairly chaotic race.
Yeah, it was an extremely chaotic race, but Oxlon takes the second win of the evening, so puts him in firm favourite now going into the last round. Stuart Davis in seconds and Luke Ritchie in third, so good points for them. Frigazell was actually 4th despite his DNF, so I guess it depends where they DNF'd, because the rest of them pretty much ran out of fuel, apart from Alex DL down there, but we know what his motive was.
Yes, indeed.
And Yeah, and next up is effectively an oval, isn't it? It's not quite an oval, but Coyote New Circuit proved to have very good racing in PS4 with these trucks. And yeah, special memories with Stuart Davis and Luke McGee in that one, so let's see if they can rekindle some of that. So, starting the last race of the evening here now. And it's D-Man and Screw Sam on the front row. On the run grid, Alex Liello gets the best starts from the front lot, and Oxlong as well. Down the inside, Alex Liello's taking the lead with Oxlong coming up fast now as well. On the inside, and trying to edge out Scuderia Sam in for second there. And he's down to third now, Scuderia Sam with D-Man in fourth. Oh, and some carnage going on. Stuart Davis just about manages to avoid it, with Free Gazelle now up to third place. Great start from Free Gazelle. And they're all very tightly bunched still, apart from the front two actually, a bit of a breakaway from Alex and Oxlong at the front there. Two championship contenders for this one. Oh, there's some more carnage going on. Stuart Davis very wide, he cuts back in and he makes contact with Scuderia Sam, and they're both off. And that's not going to help their matters much at all. Scuderia Sam going backwards now. And that's, who's that? That's Chris Dawes. He must have had a very slow getaway at the start, something must have happened to him. He cuts back now up into sixth place as they go over to complete the first lap.
Yeah,
very unfortunate there from Scuderia Sam and Stuart Davis collecting each other to come across now, but we ride on board with Free Gazelle. He's up in third, doing a fairly solid position just now, so we'll see how if he can hang on to that. And Alex yells in the lead up front from Mike Oxley.
It's an interesting line in for Oxford, but I think I squeezed it. But even more interesting line is that's Free Gazelle to the barrier and allowing D-Man through to third. So the Oval Meister himself struggling here, but I think it could be because there's one right corner.
Yes, indeed.
Well, that's D-Man into second place, so he's had a good run and got past Alex who we're on board with. You can see might be struggling around here, even though there's not many corners you can cut.
Yes, despite that, Alex has found himself in a very good position in the battle for the lead here, just behind Mike Oxley and D-Man. So they're trying to get almost a bit of a slipstream, you might say, but I'm not sure you could call it that in these trucks.
Around the outside, it looks like that'll be brave, and very brave as he goes straight on, and that's allowing Alex to look at the inside, so he gets the advantage and back into first place.
Yeah, it was a nice cut back by Alex there. He anticipated what was going on whilst the other two were watching each other, and just cut back in and took two positions at once. So thank you very much, but Oxlong hasn't given up the fight. He's going right round the outside, is he? Yes, he is. He's going to try and stick it round the outside. Alex might run him out wide here if he can get on the throttle early, which he has done. And Oxlong very lucky not to end up in the barrier there, but Alex didn't get the best of exits either, so Oxlong now tucked back in the slipstream, and Alex will be covering that inside line, I think, will he? As we cut away to see Chris Doherty now battling with Scotsman Luke McGee. And you can overtake pretty much anywhere on this circuit by the looks of it if you're brave enough.
Yeah, someone told these guys off. There's not hardly any carnage. This is a proper race at this point.
Yeah, someone needs to tell them.
Yeah,
well, as you said, this track's pretty good for promoting good racing, and it's doing so again today, despite the sort of despite the mood some of the drivers are in tonight. It's promoting good racing, whatever. So hopefully we can keep that up.
I tell you one thing though, Luke McGee and Stuart Davis haven't come across each other on the same bit of tarmac in this race yet, so that's when the fireworks will really kick off.
So that was a big lunge by Alex, but still minimum contact, and he got a good run, and he's in the lead now. And saying that was a big hit, but nothing like we've seen so far. That's Charles playing, and Alex in the lead, covering that inside line. That means he can probably go quite wide for the exit and allow Oxlong to go on the inside, and unless he gets squeezed out like that was very aggressive move by D-Man, and Oxlong's really lost out then.
Yep, just edged out there around the corner, and the they both took the tighter line and just pushed Mike Oxlong, who's on the wider line, just wide, and managed to put a bit of a gap on him, and that's and now the battle can resume between them. But Mike Oxlong takes a very fast line there, and keeping them in his sights just now.
So he's back with him. Good run as the frontier back, then taking that shallow line. Really knows not to go on the outside now to lose positions, and yeah, that looks like bump draft in there. So it's almost like proper NASCAR. These are probably the same size as the NASCAR, but a little bit of a wiggle there from Oxlong. Alex goes wide. Dima's almost falling, and that's allowing Chris to go from last to fourth and catching these three up, so he's on a hell of a race.
Yeah, fantastic recovery from Chris after having a very, very bad start and then dropping to last place. So he's done tremendous well to get himself in the mix here, and with how things have gone down tonight, he's got to say he's got as much chance of the win as anyone else at the moment. So he'll be pushing hard to try and make something happen here. So it's down the inside. He's got the run on Oxlong. Alex is just there. It is. I knew things were going too cleanly here. It was still waiting to kick off, and there we go. That's Chris having fought his way back into the contentions, now been left way behind, and Free Gazelle's got himself in the mix here now.
Yes, it's definitely a green trucker fault there, but looks like he's got to come up and got pushed by, and he's wiping the path of Chris, who'd probably be on around the outside. Yeah, the time to interchange, and he's up to fourth, so well, it was a two-way battle, now a five-way battle, so bring it on, really.
Yeah, Free Gazelle looks like he's mastered that right-hand corner now, so he's really in the groove.
Makes all the difference.
That's very wide there. I think Alex touched Oxlong, and he's definitely touched on there. And
no, he didn't want to touch that.
Definitely not. It's not, especially not that yellow colour. But yeah, that's Chris at the third now, and Jägermeister at the second. So good finish for him. Who's that on the bar? Oh. That's McGee into the bar. Looks like Stu's got him.
Yeah, McGee just forgetting it's not that wide here. As he has an unfortunate drops himself to the back there, but that's allowed Stuart and Sam through. So no Stuart Davis on loopy tonight, but the guys at the front have given us the next best thing with some of their antics. So all's a fun watch.
That's very aggressive by Mike Oxlong, just really ramming it home into Free Gazelle, pushing him out of the lane, and he's up with the third. And that's going to allow Alex CDL to try and catch up now into this battle, get a slipstream. It looks like Dara's packed his bags and really just booked it now with a 2-second gap. Oh, nice drift there.
Yep, Stuart Davis doing a bit for the fans just in the last race as looks to close in on Sam again. It's funny how these two all seem to be together on the track, but that's the way it's gone, and that's the way it's going to finish after their battle at Lyddon. It's going to finish that way. So, yeah, at the front it looks like D-Man's done enough just to make a break for it and get that 2-second lead as we look at Oxlong and Chris getting together, and Alex not too far behind as well.
Yeah, good battle here for second as Oxlong throws it up the inside, and will he make it stick? Instead there's a nasty right hand here, so Chris will get the inside, falls ahead just as Alex gets a slipstream and follows along, throws it sideways. It seems to help slightly, but you see he closes right at there and gets a good run. Free Gazelle falling back slightly, Alex looking on the inside. Really good race here for the final two podium positions as we go on to the final lap.
Yeah, it sure is. It's D-Man checked out at the front, but it's all to play for with possibly got, I think, the top 5 are all in it with a chance of podium here as we look at D-Man clearing off, and yeah, that's tight battle behind as D-Man comes round the corner, final corner here, and there's green truck on green truck. So
That's
Oxlong.
yeah, looked like I spun out my freaks out. Oh god. So inseparable, they have to crash together.
Yeah.
Synchronised crashing from the two there. It's Oxlong just managed to hold on to 5th there. Looked like he'd thrown it away, but D-Man gets the win there, and
Well, the
what race that was.
Scuderia Sam and Stuart Davis have doing some synchronised crashing. He didn't lose any positions in the end. But yeah, quite an apt way to finish that those 6 races, wasn't it? In the end, that race, the D-Man and Chris Doughty first and second. Alex Didiel once again on the podium, and then Fregazel an excellent 4th ahead of Oxlong, Stuart Davis, Scuderia Sam, and Luke McGee, who had a little incident or two in that race, let's say. But who was the champion? It was this man here, Mr. Oxlong. He was the champion. He scored the most points over the evening, and that's even taken into consideration. MHIKE Oxlong. There we are. Big Bad Wolf Richards. He finished first. D-Man second. Stuart Davis, actually, I love this little note. Chris Doughty, Scuderia Sam, Fregazel, and then on minus points, BTCC Dan, and Alex CDL also on minus points, -3. So, that's a great little shot there. It probably explains why.
Yeah, got to say congratulations there to Mike Oxlong. It's a terrific drive from him, and he's done the business tonight. So as we look at what's coming next.
Yeah, really enjoyed that one, and yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.